Inspecting plant material upon arrival at a production nursery is critical to the smooth operation of a BioSecure HACCP system. The following video describes a systematic procedure to ensure as much as possible plants, growing media, plant containers and packages imported into a production nursery are free of pests, diseases and weeds. The import inspection procedure is carried out by an authorised inspection person, who is an employee specifically trained in the process of inspecting and identifying pests, diseases and weeds. Inspecting imported consignments must be carried out in a designated inspection area that is clean, correctly lit and free from pests and cross-contamination. The inspection area can be located within the quarantine holding area, an area where plants are held to ensure they are free of biosecurity risks. A quarantine holding area must meet the following requirements. The area must be signed to exclude unauthorised persons. Located away from inspection, packing or dispatch areas. Have a buffer zone of at least 2 metres from other plant material. Vegetation must be at least 2 metres from the openings of sealed structures. Drainage water not allowed to contaminate propagation and production areas. Regularly inspected at least weekly. A range of inspection equipment is required to perform the import inspection efficiently. To minimise the time taken to inspect plants, the equipment should be as close as possible to the inspection area. The equipment can be stored in a box close to the inspection area, or alternatively, carried in a pouch to keep the equipment close at hand. When inspecting plants for import inspection, each item being examined can be defined as a unit or a package. A unit is an item that can't be separated into smaller components. Units can be plants in containers or single bare-rooted plants. A unit can be a single plant in a 200mm pot or tub. A unit can also be a single container, such as a cell tray or seedling punnet. If units are being inspected and the consignment is 600 units or less, then all units must be inspected. If the consignment is more than 600 units, only 600 units in total are required to be selected at random and then examined. A package is something that holds, contains or supports units for transport or marketing and includes trays, cartons, trolleys, pallets and cages. Loose stacked units can also be considered packages when consigned individually. If packages are being inspected, a sampling rate of 2% of packages, with a minimum of 3 packages, must be selected at random, and the entire contents of each examined. For example, if the consignment is 240 packages, 5 packages must be selected at random, and all units within each selected package removed and inspected. As close to the time of arrival as possible, the consignment is moved to the quarantine inspection area, checked against the delivery document, and visually assessed for damage and plant health. The authorised inspection person first checks the inspection area for biosecurity risks. The number of items to be examined is then calculated. If units are being inspected and the consignment is less than 600 units, all units must be inspected. If there are more than 600 units, only 600 units in total are required to be examined. When packages are being inspected, a sampling rate of 2% of packages, with a minimum of 3 packages, must be examined. Items are then selected at random from the consignment and inspected as follows. Stems, upper and lower leaf surfaces and flowers are examined for pests and diseases. The surface of the growing media is inspected for signs of insects, weeds, seeds, moss and fungal problems. If there are concerns about what is found, a more detailed inspection can be carried out by looking under the container for soil or pests, striking the foliage and flowers over a white surface to dislodge pests for easier viewing, examining the plant with a hand lens, or removing the plant from the container to inspect the root system. Samples should be collected for further examination if problems can't be immediately identified. If suspect quarantine pests are detected, the inspection is stopped and the business's BioSecure HACCP certification controller is notified. The inspection area and any empty packages are examined at the end of the inspection for the presence of live insects, diseased plant material and weeds, and any tools used are disinfested. Once plants have been examined and passed, they should be kept in a designated quarantine holding area to prevent the movement of pests and diseases from incoming stock into growing areas. If the consignment fails inspection, it should be isolated within the inspection or quarantine holding area, the supplier contacted to collect the consignment, or either treated with a registered pesticide or disposed of appropriately. The consignment should be stored at least 1 metre from uninspected consignments. If suspect quarantine pests are detected, the business's BioSecure HACCP certification controller is notified. All imported plant material should be treated with an approved broad-spectrum insecticide and fungicide prior to leaving the quarantine holding area. Any chemical treatments must be applied to best management practice. The consignment inspection results are then recorded in the Materials Import Inspection record. Accurate records can help provide traceability by identifying the movement of plants detected with potential biosecurity risks. This allows resources to be targeted to high priority areas. Traceability can be enhanced by coding consignments so that they can be linked to suppliers, and by amending records when plants are moved. More information can be found in the BioSecure HACCP guidelines. This video has been produced by the Nursery and Garden Industry Queensland and supported by the Nursery and Garden Industry Australia and Horticulture Australia Limited. Special thanks go to nursery traders, Tara Valley Nursery, Azalea Grove Nursery and Palmwood Tropicals. For further information, contact your state or territory association or NGIA.